Hello, welcome to episode 2 of Sitting in Nature talking about game dev. Today I'm by this beautiful river near my house. Feeling very lucky that I have this space available so close to where I live. And it's very hot this time, so I'm a little bit sweaty. And I found a little piece of shade to sit in. And I'm keeping my eyes open because the last time I sat here I saw a snake in the tree. And so I'd rather not meet one of them today, but so far we are clear. And it was not a poisonous snake, it was just a little green one. It was quite cute actually. I have a video I will show you. It's a nice little snake. So I was thinking it would be nice maybe if you could take your phone out into some place outside and watch this video on your phone while also sitting outside in nature, and then we can kind of like appreciate the outdoors together if it's available to you, even if it might be cold where you are, just to enjoy the fresh air, the scents, the feeling of nature, just sort of to tune back into all your senses, get away from the computer a little bit. Even if you're watching your phone, you can still have that sensory appreciation of nature. And that's obviously something I am trying to encourage by making these videos, is not only to work on your game dev stuff, but to also balance it with some real world nature, physical, sensory aspects of this beautiful life that we all are living. So that's a little idea that I had that you can do or not if you want. So today I'm talking about imposter syndrome. And I love this because it comes up regardless of what field you're in. So this video actually could be very applicable to artists, developers, programmers, musicians, like whatever you're doing, whatever job you have. It's very easy to feel like an imposter, to feel like, oh my gosh, I don't belong here. I've somehow faked my way into this space, and soon I'm gonna get found out that I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm gonna just get kicked out. So I think it's something that we all experience, and I definitely experience. And I've had some evolution in this space. I've kind of learned a little bit how to combat it and recognize it and overcome it a little bit. So I'm going to just share what I've learned about it and how I deal with it. So first thing is recognizing it when it appears, and it can manifest in a lot of different ways. It could be something like super early in any career where you even like you want to do something but you feel like you can't even start, like you're gonna suck so bad at it that you don't even want to start. It could be in terms of just feeling like no matter how much work you do, your work isn't good enough, and that could come from just subconsciously or unconsciously comparing yourself to other people. It can appear in even in ways where you make something and people appreciate it, but you feel like you don't deserve that appreciation. It could appear where you make something that you really like, but once you're about to share it, you feel like, oh my gosh, I can't share this, it's not good. It might even appear in ways where you feel like you don't deserve the attention you're receiving, you don't deserve the money you're receiving, you don't deserve maybe the followers or subscribers or anything like that. It's just this feeling of like unworthiness, this feeling of not good enough. And that's the general aspect of this phenomenon. And so the first thing, as I said, is recognizing that feeling. There's a fine line between looking at other people's work, for example, for inspiration, and looking at other people's work and having it make you sink deeper into this feeling of unworthiness or inability or not good enoughness. So we got to keep recognizing when we feel like, oh my gosh, I'm not good at this, what am I doing here? Just recognizing, oh, that's the feeling I'm having now, because it is just an emotion. Really, it's sort of not based in reality at all. And I'm sure we've all seen people succeed at things not being particularly good at them. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't think you need to be really, really, really good at something in order to be deserving of success in that thing. And I was thinking a lot about this and what it means to provide value, because a lot of people think that they're not giving something that's good enough to provide the value that they're receiving, and that's where the imposter-ness comes in. Even if you're working in a company, you feel like maybe your skills aren't valuable enough to earn the salary that you're earning, for example, or to get the accolades that you're getting. So we have to kind of look at what our definition of value is. What determines your value? And I think a lot of people naturally just look at what you can provide as a skill and translate that directly to value, or what you can provide in terms of like art or code or just your productivity, or the return on investment, whatever it is, and just make that material thing the only aspect of the value that you provide. So what I've learned and what really helped me is that I've broadened my definition of value. I realized that you don't have to be good at something in order to improve someone's day. You don't have to be good at something in order to make someone feel better. You don't have to be good at something in order to relate to someone. And you don't have to be good at something in order to provide value to someone's life. It can just be your sharing, your expression, your effort, your attitude, your enthusiasm that provides that value. It's you as a person that's valuable. It's not what you make that matters so much. It's because someone can make something that's amazing and people might not necessarily relate to it. And that person can equally feel as much of an imposter as someone who just started and makes something really weird but a lot of people relate to, So it's not actually about how good the thing you're making is or how long you've been in the industry. It's not about that at all. It's so subjective. And so when I realized that game dev, like art, is subjective, is based on just a personal preference, then it's like it opens up the space for me to make mistakes and just put my own quirkiness into it. One more thing that I discovered that was really helpful for me is, especially when putting my stuff out there, especially when asking if I'm asking for money or something like that, like for like to sell something, honesty and clarity, and just being open with what you're making and where you are is so important. If you're consistently honest, then no one can hold anything against you. If you're saying, hey, this is what I made, this is what it is, so that no one expects anything more necessarily, it kind of gives you that stability to say, if someone comes in and says, oh, I thought it was this, you can say, this is what I made. This is what I said I made. This is what I made. This is what you're getting. So the fear of disappointing others really diminishes if you can be really clear about what you're providing. If you can say, hey, I never said I was going to give you the world. I never said I was really good at this. I've just been very clear with what I'm able to do. Keep in mind, with honesty and clarity, that you're not moving into a space of self-deprecation. You don't want to say, oh, this is so bad, because then you're doing yourself a disservice by pushing others away. You just be open and honest. Hey, this is what I made. I personally like it. Maybe you like it too. I'm proud of it. Maybe you're impressed by it. If not, that's okay. I've been clear about what I made. This is it. And if you like it, that's great. If you want to buy it, that's great. If not, that's fine. If you don't think I deserve to be here, that's your problem, not mine. Like, it's that simple. If I actually had the other day, someone messaged me. I wrote on Instagram, like, I've been feeling kind of unmotivated lately, and it's been hard for me to work on games, and that's a whole other topic that I'm going to talk about in my next video. But I mentioned this because I wanted to share it and be transparent, like, hey, I'm struggling right now with my motivation. And most people, I got a lot of messages back saying like, hey, that's okay, you're doing great, just like keep going, or like wait until you're inspired, no rush. Like a lot of people were super supportive, and I'm super grateful for that. And there was one person who messaged me saying, maybe you're not cut out for game dev. And I just laughed. I didn't respond. I was like, who are you to tell me that? You know, just because I'm having an off week, oh, I'm not cut out for game dev, I'm not good enough. Oh no, it's like the gatekeepers. Who are they to say what we can and cannot do? Who are others to say where we are allowed in this world, what we're allowed to make, what we're allowed to share? It's a free world. We can make and share what we want to make. So I was just kind of like, I'm kind of glad that he said that to me, because it reminded me like, who decides these things? Who decides what's good? Who decides what's valuable? No one. It's a very individual thing. The consumer really decides what they want and what they get value from. And it might be the game, it might be the art, it might be the code, it might also just be your personality, it might be the story, it might be just the genuine love and appreciation for life that you have imbued in your work, you know? So in conclusion, pay attention to when you start feeling like an imposter, and kind of allow yourself to back out of that. If you're comparing to other people, allow yourself to back out of that. You don't want to be just like everyone else. So allow yourself to say, oh, that's nice, that's good. I'm feeling bad about my work now, so I'm just going to stop looking at that. Be aware of when you start feeling like an imposter. Remind yourself that you don't have to be good at something to be valuable. And just be as honest as you can with your work, with your sharing. Honest, not self-deprecating. And that is how, so far, I've been battling my own imposter syndrome, which is still here, and it's fine. It comes and goes. But just remind yourself of those things, and maybe you'll feel a little bit better and be able to open and share your work with the world who deserves to see it. Okay, till next time. Have a great week. Enjoy nature, touch plants, sit on rocks, go play and stuff. Okay, bye.